Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome back to Broston County, where I'm having a problem here that I had in Pine Pass as well, with everyone, nearly everyone, complaining of low land value, mainly all the low density stuff. Though we have this area that's not as bad. You can see their land value is actually fine. I don't really know what it is. Maybe these guys, you know, they've got max level and they're not in the highest, but whatever. So what's going to happen is they will sit there and complain until they go abandoned, and the auto bulldozer will demolish them, and then demand will pop back up. We actually have demand, so we should be okay. I'm just going to let it do its thing. We've got a couple guys over here who can put in the too few services and not enough workers. That not enough workers is probably going to continue to be a problem, but we're just going to ignore it. Because today, we're going to do two things. We're going to build a farm, and we're going to build a high school in maybe that order, possibly. I know Destin out of the high school right here. We don't really need another high school. Maybe he'll decide he doesn't want that one. We've got an elementary school here, too. I don't know. I'll leave it up to him. I'd like to maybe relocate the cemetery, however, because he put in, like, we have one there. Do we have... We do. We have crematoriums. I think I put this one here, so I'm going to take the liberty of getting rid of that, and I'm going to move this crematorium, like, here. I just want to be able to use this space for the campus I'm going to build. So while we're waiting on that to empty, we will come over here and think about the farm. I know at the end of the last video, I said I was going to turn it right back over to Destin, but he is having some issues getting his game to run after the update. This is the problem I ran into after the update, was low land values. That and all of these were locked again. I still have one or two to get unlocked. I forget which ones, but I'm slowly working on it. You know, I haven't experienced the tsunami and all the disasters to unlock the disaster memorial, and then there's one other one I think that's still locked. Or maybe I finally unlocked it. Oh, here it is. Sparkly Unicorn Rainbow Park. I am working on island hopping right now. I've done all the other disaster scenarios, so it'll be fine. So I want to take a look at our land here and see what we're looking at in terms of a farm. I'm going to use dirt roads, and I'm probably just going to leave them as dirt roads. And let's bring that back up. I want to kind of follow this line right here, but it comes out to there, so let's bring that. I guess we're going to have a curve, because I'd like to really follow that line. And you can see if I just go straight, we wind up in a couple different elevations. And I really want to maximize the area here, so let's do that. So we'll go over there with one, and then I'm going to come in with the other one, like here. That'll be fine. And then we'll, once again, turn to our mods and just do create curve. Cool. And that gets that in. I'm going to want to extend this collector on out, however. But I want to come in at a 90. You can go on the ground. Thank you. There we go. My mouse is giving up the ghost on me, and it causes problems. So if I come out like about here, that would make a nice little curve. So let's go like that. And then we'll use the curved road tool to bring that on in. I don't know that we need the biking paths over here, but, well, I have them. Yeah, you can see the population's already starting to fall. What were we at? 22.7, I think, when I launched the game. And, well, it's not at 22.7 anymore. It's fine. It's fine. We will lose quite a significant amount of population. I just like overlooked the dirt roads. I'm on the dirt roads. Yeah, okay, I'm already on the dirt roads. So I just want to bring in, I don't want to just go straight here. I want to kind of bring this up like... Oh, wait, I'm right on the edge, though, already. Yeah, never mind. No, this side. I remember now. I remember what I was doing. We're going to bring the farmhouse, the main building, in right here. And get this guy going. I think that's fine right there. And then I kind of want the farmhouse. I'm thinking... Should I maybe put the farmhouse over here? I'm thinking like the production and like the wheat and all of that over here on this side. Though it doesn't really matter. We're going to have a lot of traffic going across this bridge. I can bring the railroad over here. I can make a spur off of that and bring the railroad, or I can bring it up this direction, or I can do both. So I think, yeah, it wouldn't make any sense to really do both. Can they go? So that goes there, comes out there, then turns. So no, there is not currently a way for it to go both directions. So maybe we will connect to both of these railroads. That's definitely a problem for future, Brandon. Yeah, I think I want to change my mind on where I've put this and bring it out over here instead. So we're going to actually, ooh, it'd be really cool to have them right on the water's edge with the farmhouse. Let's do that. I think that would be a nice little place for it. Let's just do something right here and then bring that straight up for a bit. And then we can get out of this view. I just wanted to see where the shore was. And then we'll just find a place to make a connection here. That works. Yeah, I like that. And then we'll bring our farmhouse out there. For now, we can get rid of that. I'm not going to worry about the water and all of that just yet. We'll get there. We will definitely get there. So I'm going to leave a little bit of separation between the farmhouse and where the crops start. Just for visuals, no other reason. So let's go like right here. So I was going to put him right by the river, and then I didn't. Do we want to put him right by the river? Like that, to where they're looking out at the river, out their front door. Yeah, I do. I know I'm just making all kinds of changes. I wasn't planning on doing this yet, so I haven't really thought it through just yet. So if we come about there, that would be a nice bit of separation before we start our crop fields. And I am going to load up pretty heavily on crop fields. We're going to do like 4 there, and then I'm going to figure out how long this needs to be. So that's 225. So if we bring that up, go 225 and then another 225, that should, in theory, let me just put another row of fields back there. It helps click the right button. And those should back up. Yeah, one right against the other. Cool. I want these to all just be the same thing. We're going to go with wheat. I like the look of wheat. Plus, if we're going to have a flour mill, kind of makes sense. I'm going to leave one of them as a greenhouse. Maybe not that one. Let's go this one up here in this corner. There. Cool. And what I need to do real quick is consult my spreadsheet. So I'm going to turn my laptop, bring that up, because my monitors are all in use on my desktop. Plus, I can more easily scroll around. So I'll be right back. I have consulted with my magic spreadsheet, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the 5-star ore video that I posted for Pine Pass. I have a spreadsheet that I use that helps me make sure I'm not overbuilding or underbuilding anything in industries. Getting just a nice balance. It not only helps me ensure that I do have enough of each resource and processor, it also helps me keep traffic in check, because we're not really having to send too many trucks outside of the industry area, and I kind of like that idea. So what we're going to go with is we're basically going to do this set of fields again, but only on the front half, and on the back half, we're going to do an orchard of some sort. Or we may even move the orchard down. Well, I like that idea, actually. Yeah, I've talked myself into it. We're going to bring the orchard down here. And then we'll do something a little bit different back here. So we only need 225. So that's, yeah, right there on that one. Cool. And then we need it to come out 450 total. So right there should be all we need for our crops. I kind of want the fruit fields to be off. We can get them on 2 different roads. I just don't like them to all dump onto the same road. Oh, that's not big enough. I miscalculated. That's what? Just 1 tile off. Okay. So easy fix. We will just bring this up to here and then go boop, 1 more tile. Get rid of that and bring that straight over. And then throw in 4 more crop fields. Cool. Awesome. Lovely. And these we will make, let's go corn. Corn and wheat. That's what we're going to be growing here. Cool. And then we're going to do, I did put these facing this way. Yes, cool. And then we're just going to do 4 of, no, actually I need 6 of my orchards. Ooh, okay. So what we can do is maybe offset these a little bit. Like 1, 2, 3 there, and then even though these are going to dump onto the same road, and I'm not a big fan of that, lift it, and 3 there. That at least lets us get a couple of different things. So we can do like apples. I don't know that oranges would be a thing that would really grow in this type of area, but I think apples would be fine, and I think we'd probably be fine growing pears as well. Do we want another greenhouse? Mind the greenhouses. I kind of like them. One thing I have not checked, however, is just our natural. Yeah, there's not the best here. So what I want to do is clean some of this up, get rid of the resources that are there, and no oil, cool, and then add in a boatload of farming, and then I am going to grab the just trees. Want just trees. Cool. I'm going to move all these temporarily. Also, I just realized Anarchy's on. I don't know what it is. The Anarchy mod just wants to be on now. I'm not sure what's up with that. If you know, please tell me. Oh, that's right. I gotta... Okay. So we'll put those trees back in a minute. We have to do this and then get rid of trees. And now I should be able to put some fertile ground in. There we go. And then by leaving this forestry locked, turned off, I can go back into here and put those back. No, it still got rid of them. Okay. Put them back again then. Let's move them again. Oh, I know what the deal is. Okay. So we do that. Trees, get rid of trees. I know, it's a multi-step process, but you know, sometimes I forget how things work. And then, like that, cool, and then we can fix this. Now, if I turn lock forestry on, go back into here, put those back, I still have my trees. They're still there, and it looks nice. But they're no longer getting rid of the fertile ground. We do have a problem here. Whoop, that's the wrong button. You saw nothing. However, I need to, yeah. That should have done it. And now lock it. And now go back into here, and we can tell by just by painting. Why does that look different? I didn't paint oil there, did I? I did. We'll get there in the end. There, that's good. We've got some that aren't going to be running at 100%, but that's okay. So cool. Basic, little clearly a farm needs a name. I'm not going to be the one to name it. You guys are. Or Destin can name it. So that gets just the start of end farm. And of course that leaves this room out over here for a little community to grow up around the farm, some larger lots, country roads, things like that. And we can even meander up this hill up here. But that's all stuff that will come later. For now, I want to start looking at getting in some of our other stuff, but I don't know that I might wait because I want a cattle shed, which we don't have unlocked yet. And then I want a milking parlor and a slaughterhouse, and then the large animal fields. When do we get the large ones? At level 5. So, yeah, I might just let this do its thing for a while and just kind of spam out workers' barracks in the meantime to fill things up. I want to get this a little more centered here. There we go. And then the last thing I need to add is some storage, just for a place for all of these lovely, lovely crops to go. And I'm going to pause the game for just a minute. And you'll see why in a moment. And then we'll throw in a few here. And then I'll even throw in just a couple more. Oop, that's not where I wanted you. Right there. Cool. So these are all crops, and that's cool. But as we all know, Cities Skylines will just import to fill those. I don't want that. I have the transfer manager mod, and I am going to just disable that on all of these. I know I can do this globally through the mod itself to just completely disable the ability to bring in crops at all into the city, but I don't want to do that because there may be some regular industry buildings that are needed to import crops for what they make, and I don't want to run the risk of the farm being the only source of that. The nice thing about this is we also will not experience just an influx of trucks here, because these will now just be filled over time by our crops and nothing else. So we don't have to worry about just that crush of vehicles that comes in. So it gets us a farm started. It's going to take a while with the little bit that we have to get this thing up and running. We shouldn't have any problem hitting our resource levels, but worker numbers are going to be a struggle, especially given the fact that you can see, we've lost nearly 3,000 people already. Actually, we've lost over 3,000 people. And it'll bounce back. All of that demand will come back. The houses will get deleted, and then they will return. So I want to move on to getting the high school campus built. I'm going to let this get emptied, and then we'll go from there. Actually, never mind. It's emptied. Cool. So we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to get rid of that little road right there because we don't need it. And let's get to laying out a really cool high school campus. So if you follow Colossal Order on Twitter, you may have seen something similar to what I'm about to build. It was something that as I was going through and playing the Disaster Cities, I also just kind of was play testing just some ideas. And this is one of them that I came up with, is a nice high school campus. And I posted a screenshot, tagged Colossal Order in it, and was like, hey, look at this thing that I've built. And I was really pleased. The day I'm recording this, actually, they featured it in their weekly tweets of screenshots. So I was kind of honored by that. So I've got 5 to that side, 6 to the other side, and we're just sat dead middle. But it doesn't, so we'll just live with it. I didn't check. I have everything else that I need available. So we're just going to bring this out just a little bit more. I'm not going to completely recreate what I built in my playtest that you saw in the screenshots, if you saw them. But it's going to be very similar. This needs to come out just a little bit farther. Let's just see how big these need to be. How far I need to go. I think the gym is my bigger of the two. So that needs to come out. Well, right where I had it should be fine, but I would like a little more space there. How wide is it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is it? 6 by 6? 6 by 8? 6 by 8. Well, really 6 by 9 to be able to clear it. So I would like this, because I want this to come in right behind the high school, and I want a path that comes behind it here. And then I want the pool to be able to rotate off of this road. So let's just kind of play with roads and figure out the spacing that I want here. So we'll drop that there, and then I want this to kind of turn. Yeah, it's not going to be far enough. I need to bring this a little farther back. So we'll go to where it was and then add like 5 and see if that gets me what I want. I think it does. Yeah, that leaves me room for some paths in through there. And then I want the pool right back up against that. Because I just think that the gym and the pool are two assets that look kind of nice together. You could almost imagine that there would be a door from the gym to the pool to let you access that. And then we're going to add in a bit more parking. The smaller of the parking lots that we received with this update mirror this one more or less. So what we could do is bring these in back here. And we're going to do... Maybe we'll do the bigger ones. Yeah, we're going to do the bigger ones. But I also want to leave some space here. Because I also want to be able to get in one of our tennis courts. So I could do that out to the side. And this is where I really hope Destin has all the same assets I do. Oh, it doesn't fit. No. Okay, then if that's the case, let's trim this up just a bit. Because it's just off by 1. So let's just reposition that temporarily. Spending a lot of money here. I do want there to be a bump out here. Come on, go. That's almost right where it was, isn't it? No, it's a little smaller. Okay. I just like the visual look of it actually having a little space off of our main drive. So you now need to move over. And then you need to come back in here. And this is still good. And oh wow, this is going to put the tennis courts like right up against his little neighborhood back there. And that's going to look really cool. And I want that to go here. And then I'm torn whether to use the small ones or the large ones. I know I keep going back and forth. And you'll have to forgive me, but like I said, I didn't really plan on recording this right now. I could fit 2 of these. Actually, no, I couldn't because I'd have to have a road. And that would take my extra space. Move the high school over 1. That's an idea. And maybe that's what we'll do. Let me play with this and see what we can come up with here. Yeah, that works. Granted, you know, the high school is off center, but we've got some parking there. We're going to do even more parking out to this side here in just a bit. But I want to move on to the other parts of this area. We're going to get in, gosh, where are they? Are they just here under parks? No. Here under parks? No. Here under parks. Where are they? Where are the stadiums? They're here, aren't they? I will find them. There we go. Okay, so I want the community soccer park. I'm just going to grab them. This is a pretty much American build, so I don't think we're going to do like the cricket or Australian football fields. Do want a community baseball field. I would really like to do the community baseball complex, but it's really big, and that's like as big as everything else. So we're not going to go with that one. And then I want a community football park. Let me look at both of these and see which one I like better. I've never really compared them. This has stands, no concessions. And this is just end field with a few benches. I think the stands would be our better choice. So we're going to get all three of these back here as well, to really bring this area together quite nicely. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to come in. I'm just going to keep all of this bicycle paths for now, just to simplify things, and then we can change some of these roads out later if we desire. I'm going to bring this off at a 45 and go up 975. And then is this one in the same spot? So that's 600. That's 450. Where is 600? I need to... it's right there. This might be tricky. So I need to come off of that. I don't know if it'll let me get away with that. Yeah, my parking lot's in the wrong spot. Okay, so we have to redo. We're going to have to change that. So we know that we want this at 600. And then come off at a 45 up 975. I don't have a guideline there, unfortunately. Maybe instead then we go ahead and stick with just going to here at a 51 degree. Yeah, that'll work. It doesn't have to be perfect. So that should be the same on both sides now. And what that should allow me to do is get this in and have it square here. It does have to come back a bit. And then I think we'll have room for this one too. Not quite. So we're going to have to bring those out a little bit more, which is fine. Bring them out maybe to there. And to there. And let's see what we get here. Move these all the way to the edge and then start moving them in one by one until it's not quite at the right angle though. This needs to be not as steep of an angle. Yeah, because my goal is to get this lined up with this road, so we need to bring this down a little bit more. So I'm going to tinker with this, get it fine-tuned, and then we'll pick up from there. So after a bit of fiddling, I got the road angle figured out, and this is now nice and straight the way I wanted it. It took me like 20 minutes to remember how I did this, which is kind of extreme, I know, but I felt it was necessary. So I kind of want to just follow that street that he has there, but then that's going to make this uncomfortable connection here. Yeah, it's not going to... So maybe if I come over just one, that'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. So then I want to mirror that, so I want to come out 1500 here, and then down 600, 825, which is it? 825. 825, and then I should get that just right, and the baseball field should fit in here nicely. And there we go. And this will leave us like a little bit of area to clear there. And then I just want to move my tennis courts back into about there. And then I want to bring my football field, maybe. Come here. Come here. There you go. Bring my football field and center that roughly back there. And that's the gist of it. We need to add in some parking out over this direction. And some parking back here and some commercial uses. But that kind of gets the basics of this campus in place. So let's get some water pipes in. And then take a look at our parking here. I want to have a fairly substantial area for parking, simply because, one, this is a big high school, and there would be a lot of students who would be coming here, well, you know, to park, to go to school. Plus, since there's so many sporting venues here, I think that there's merit in doing that. However, we're going to turn all this back on, because I just realized everything's not as flat here as I originally thought it was. So we're just going to grab all that and bring it to the height of that intersection right there. And then we're going to grab our level train tool, grab that same elevation, and we're just going to flatten that out. I think it'll look better, and then we'll just have a bit of a hill right there, and that's fine. So I want to add in some parking lots over here to the side, and I'm going to put in one, and then we're going to spin that right back around. But first, I need to grab my rope. That's the right one. So that needs to go there in order to bring this down to here. And I want to bring that right there, but I don't want to make that connection. And then I want to reestablish that to this side. And then I want to mirror those. And then I want to do one more rope. So that's 375 and 450. And I was really hoping to get that right the first time, but I didn't. That's okay. I bring that across. And oh, I went one too far. Okay. Try again. So it must just be the 375 and then 375 again. That will do it. Yeah, cool. And that gets us a pretty big parking lot, which could be expanded later, but I think that's probably enough on its own. I don't think we really need too terribly much more parking on that. And then I just want to get some connections made to tie all this together. And honestly, I kind of wish this came out a little bit better here, but what we may do is just connect it like that on that side, or we could just bring this up that way and not have that connection and just have something back there. Not sure which one I like better, or we could do something like this to kind of give some symmetry to it. I want some symmetry, but I don't want it to be exact on each side, if that makes any sense. So I want to add in just a bit more parking outside of each of these venues. I think that has some merit. And then before we start in on the detailing here, I want to go over here and peek at this guy. Yeah, we need to get some employees out here, and I don't have any way to do it just yet. So what I'm going to do is just temporarily just get employees here, so this thing will upgrade. Throw these guys in. That gives me room for more workers. The population's almost rebounded. There's been a lot of upgrades taking place. There are still a few homes complaining about low land value. Why they keep upgrading to the full level if the land value doesn't support it, I'll never understand. Maybe that just means we need some more parks. And they've got parks like crazy. They're all covered by parks. Services, maybe? Healthcare could be better. No, that's yeah, healthcare could be better back there, and it could be better back there. That could be part of our problem. Fire coverage, not the greatest in those areas either, where they're complaining. Though, we've got somebody over here complaining, and they've got fantastic coverage, so I don't think it's a services issue. I think it's just the game being weird issue. And not a whole lot I can do about just the game being weird. Oh, I just realized I was really hoping that this could come over straight that way, but it can't. But that's okay, because what we can do is have that be an area where we can maybe get some commercial in behind that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just going to leave it open for now. But I want to get some paths in real quick to make this not only a campus. Oh my gosh, none of this has grown back in yet. Why are these all such weird shapes and angles and things? I've never noticed that before. I don't know. He zoned it with very specific intentions, so I'm going to just leave it alone. You go right there with a nice little path through there. And then I want to turn off all my snap twos, because we're going to make like little walking paths back here. Let's start one here. Let's delete that, go to the right tool. There we go. I'm going to start one right here in this corner and just kind of meander these around. They don't need to go any place specific. I just got to avoid hitting the park itself, which is a little tricky back here in this corner. Maybe trickier than I anticipated. So let's get this segment through here and then connect. There we go. And then we're going to bring that around right out right here. And then I'm going to make a connection from this corner. Maybe not. There we go. And then I don't think we need another connection there. And then just so we don't have this weird thing, we're going to use the new suburban fence. And I'm just going to bring that right along here and try not to destroy. There we go. The path. It's still connected, but at least this makes it look a little more visually separated. And then I want to do the same down this side. Oh, let's start from this corner then. There we go. These don't have to be perfect. Cool. I like that. And then I want to do a path on the other side. So let's get that going. And just a couple connections. Like we'll do one right here if it'll let me get away with it. Come on. That's not too close. Come on. Really? Okay, fine. We'll just do one there. If it's not going to cooperate, well then, so be it. And then I don't think we need one on that corner. And these are just totally random paths. They don't need to be anything perfect or beautiful. They just need to exist. Just to give it kind of a park-like feel. And then hopefully this one's going to be real tricky. Might be a little spot I can get these in without taking out the path. I had it on that one, but not on that one. So it looks like I'm not going to have any choice but to turn off collisions for just a moment. Because this is already going at a weird angle that I don't like. Wrong button. There we go. And then let's get this in here without taking anything out. And then we'll immediately turn collisions back on so I don't forget that it's off and wind up screwing things up later. That is a thing that I often do. And we'll run one right here. And then if it'll let me get away with a little bit right here and right back here. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Oh, we had it. We had it. There we go. Cool. So that gets that in, and I think we have an opportunity back here for a bit more parking. Oh, yes. Look at that. Beautiful. I know it's a lot of parking, but this is going to be a place that has a lot of stuff going on. Ooh, and I just realized what we can do to fill in some of the space back here. We can turn all of our snap twos back on. Let's leave a little bit of space around this. Maybe even a little bit more than that. No, this will be fine. This will be just fine. Oh, those are 4, aren't they? Yeah. Come back just a little more. I'm not sure how I feel about these two roads being so close together. But I'm gonna live with it. Because they're there now and I can't ever undo it. And then we just want a little bit more parking back behind the football field. Lovely. I don't mind the gap in the middle. And then I'm kind of thinking that since there's no concession stands or anything like that over here, that a nice thing to do would be to find some sort of texture that we have, like maybe these stone decals, and add in our own little food truck area here. So I'm gonna get these placed down once I find the one that I want. And that will work for the pavers. I wonder, can I get away with a fence right here? I think I can. Yeah, just a little separation away from the parking, so you have to like walk around front. And we'll do some trees down the middle right here. So let's get in just some of the food truck props, and then we'll do some detailing, and then we will most likely be wrapping it up for this one. I just need to find those props. Here we go. I'm fairly pleased with how our campus has turned out. He must have made all these historical. He did. Well, Destin, you have your work cut out for you, buddy. In fact, I'm just gonna... either way, I have to click, so we'll just unhistorical them, because no matter what, we're gonna lose the historic settings. Sorry, Destin. You can fix this when you're ready, buddy. Once your game's up and running, you have your work cut out for you, because we can't have these just sitting here dead. They're killing land value, and they live right next to this really cool new campus that we have in the town. As the thunder strikes nearby. There we go. One more. Nope, got it. It's cool. Yeah, the campus has turned out well. The farm is getting there. I'm gonna have to just kind of like mess with it and just keep adding in. Good, we have workers barracks now, because I don't want to overbuild, so for now we're just gonna I'll spam workers barracks until it gets up to 5-star, and then we can pick that up in the next one and finish it out. And then we have a road project. I'm not 100% certain how it's going to work out yet, but I really want to get a bypass that comes like from way back here, goes across the river, hugs the hillside, and then comes down to here to give us a nice access into this area. Also give us an opportunity to connect to a highway back here. Because again, right now, the whole town, well, it was a cul-de-sac. It's not so much anymore now with this. And traffic is clearing somewhat, but I think we've got some good stuff. I like our new campus. I think it goes well. Yes, it's a grid. No, it's not a grid. It's just kind of its own thing. Some symmetry, but not perfect symmetry, and I like it. But I'm going to leave it here, and until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.